Hi guys, Royal Cameraman here. Have you ever wondered what Skibidi mutants are? At the moment, they are the main military unit of the entire G Squad, which has already completely replaced the classic Skibidi toilets. The first time we could see the first representative of this subspecies of Skibidi toilets was in the 33rd episode, when the series was still in shorts format, when the Skibidi scientist managed to infect Titan Speaker Man, foreshadowing the drastic changes in the war with the Alliance, the dark phase of the series. Then Skibidi mutants flashed before our eyes literally at the very end of the episode and quickly eliminated our POV cam man. As it was easy to guess, it was the Skibidi mutants that will be the main topic of this video. And in this video, you will learn absolutely everything about each and every member of the Skibidi mutants, from their backstory and chronology of appearance in the series to their design, equipment, and weaponry. Well, I won't keep you any longer. Here we go. How did the first Skibidi mutants appear? The first representative of this class of Skibidi toilets appeared right after the infection of Titan Speaker Man in episode 33. This character does not have an official name, but I will call him a parasitic Skibidi mutant. In a few minutes, you will understand why I gave him this name. He is a little taller than large Speaker Man. From the peculiarities, I can single out that this Skibidi mutant belongs to the urinal-shaped group, because a urinal was taken as a basis for the body. He has rather small legs, which does not prevent him from moving rather quickly. And the most interesting thing is that the hands of this character were based on mechanized wires, which will be used in the future for Skibidi the assassin from the 44th episode. At the time, there were no reviewers for the series yet, making it hard to figure out the most common theory around the parasitic Skibidi mutant. But among the Telegram community, the most common theory was that when the agents were infected, the Skibidi scientist was actively studying the structure of the Cameraman and recreated the first hybrid based on that knowledge. This version is quite interesting because Skibidi toilets appeared only after the invention of Skibidi parasite and the first cases of infecting agents. But still, the construction of this Skibidi toilets is too different from that of the big agent. If we look into the 70th episode, there we can see a partial structure of the Chambermen, and here we can clearly see that they have fully mechanized arms, not wire-shaped like the parasitic Skibidi mutant. Most likely before inventing the parasites, Skibidi toilets did not have full blueprints of the usual representatives of the Alliance because of what they tried to artificially recreate a human-like Skibidi toilets, with legs and arms. By the way, parasitic Skibidi mutant lived a short life, and after 5 episodes, that is, in the 37th episode, was eliminated by 2 big speaker men. I want to pay special attention to how exactly he was eliminated. He was stunned by a shot from an anti-parasitic armored personnel carrier, meaning he is amenable to anti-parasitic radiation, which leads me to believe that there is some kind of kinship between the parasitic Skibidi mutant and the Skibidi parasite. To prove this theory, I would like to state that Skibidi parasite also belongs to the group of urinal corpus Skibidi toilets, and since parasitic Skibidi mutant is peculiar to grow to larger sizes, I already have an idea about the history of parasitic Skibidi mutant. Originally, it was an ordinary parasite that had the goal of infecting Titan Speaker Man in episode 32. For those who forgot, there were 2 Skibidi parasites sent to Titan Speaker Man, one of which Titan Speaker Man managed to unhook but not destroy just by letting it go. This Skibidi mutant was not killed, and it was too big to infect ordinary agents. So I had a crazy theory that the Skibidi scientist decided to recreate a sample of the first Skibidi mutants from this parasite. The legs and body were based on surviving parts of the destroyed large Speaker Man from episode 32, and the arms were based on mechanized wire technology. But the parasitic Skibidi mutant has 2 major weaknesses: an inability to resist anti-parasitic radiation and a poorly protected limb control mechanism. After the elimination of the first member of the Skibidi mutants, Skibidi toilets with such a special body design were shown 29 episodes later, in the 62nd episode of Skibidi Toilet. Then we were shown 2 new representatives of this squad at once: Skibidi mutant Rambo and Buzzsaw Skibidi mutant. These mutants were quite different from their ancestor. Skibidi mutant Rambo did not have a name at the time of the 62nd episode, and got it only in the 73rd episode. He did not have any arsenal, but from the equipment was endowed with anti-Vozvoz Vukovoy headphones and jetpack, which at that time could not boast not every Skibidi toilets. He also has a strong physical strength, because in the 60-second episode he was able to effortlessly tear in half a large cameraman. Remember that all representatives of the Alliance have a fully robotic structure, and in fact, Skibidi mutant Rambo lifted and ripped 100 kilograms of metal. But this is nothing compared to the fact that in the 63rd episode, he could easily lift and throw out an armored personnel carrier with at least 5 representatives of the camera faction, which would weigh about 13.5 tons. Skibidi mutant Rambo, as well as parasitic Skibidi mutant, belongs to the urinal corporeal toilet squad, but possessing a black toilet and for the basis of the hands was no longer taken not the technology of mechanized wires, but full-fledged mechanized hands. Unfortunately, or fortunately, the Alliance managed to temporarily eliminate him already in the next episode, that is, in the 63rd series. First, due to pain shock from a series of plunger man rams in the glitch core, he collapsed from unconsciousness, and after trying to get up and attack our squad of agents, a wounded Larhi speaker man came up to him and stuck a knife in his head. It's not yet clear exactly how he survived, but he returned in episode 73. And he's improved a bit. He's added shoulder-mounted retractable laser guns, he's gotten rid of his shirt completely, and he has some spikes behind his forearms, very reminiscent of the Titan TV man's hooks from the first version. Also from Skibidi's arsenal, Mutant Rambo possessed a yellow-green energy explosive. After 4 episodes, already after the full-blown Astro Toilet invasion, it was improved due to Astro Toilet technology. The laser cannons were replaced by Astro cannons. Something similar to corsets can be seen on the gloves, and 3 additional protective shields can be seen on Skibidi Mutant Rambo's body and shoulders. Now I suggest we move on to the buzzsaw Skibidi mutant. He was not famous for being as large as his co-worker, and from the equipment he did not possess even a jetpack. But instead of his right hand, he was endowed with a saw, for which he got his name, and he also possessed against sound headphones. The second time he appeared in the series was in the 66th episode, taking part in a counterattack on a squad of agents. After an attempt to blind the buzzsaw Skibidi mutant, the mutant wore glasses. His third appearance was already in the 71st episode, being a member of the G-Man escape squad from Alpha Hills Laboratory. At that time, he was already modified. Buzzsaw Skibidi mutant got a more huge body, and now the left hand of Buzzsaw Skibidi mutant, in addition to the saw, armed with a laser. In addition, in his arsenal he had and katanas, which he never used for the entire series. The fourth appearance of this mutant occurred in episode 77. Due to Astro Toilet technology, he was pretty seriously improved. The Buzzsaw Skibidi mutant commandeered a new Astro Slam. The handheld laser was replaced by an Astro Cannon. He also got a new weapon, Astro Sword, peculiar to return to its owner. It is worth noting that Mutant still has 2 samurai katanas, only endowed with Astro energy. Let's move on to the third, Skibidi mutant from G Squad, the SWAT mutant. He was first shown in the 72nd episode. Of all the Skibidi mutants of the first version, he was the most armed and equipped. 4 retractable hull missile launchers, SWAT shield not susceptible to lasers, SWAT helmet. His main weapon is a scythe. On his left arm, you can see something similar to a hand crossbow. It is worth noting that unlike other Skibidi mutants, he has a toilet-shaped body and is known for his durability and defense. SWAT mutant could withstand a direct hit of 10 laser shots from the second version of the Strider's camera, though it was severely damaged. In 72, he was on the verge of death, and if he had not been protected by a G-Man, our operator would have killed SWAT mutant. An improved version of him was shown in episode 77. On his toilet body, 4 additional shields were added, a new helmet with inset goggles made of the same material as the Astro weapon. Due to the Astro Toilet technology, he was given 2 Astro Scythes, which, like the Buzzsaw Skibidi mutant sword, return to the owner and can be used as boomerangs. Let's move on to the youngest of all mutants, the Skibidi woman mutant. She didn't appear until episode 75. Skibidi woman mutant became the leader of one of the first technological pirate squads, and at the same time became one of the first Skibidi toilets who teamed up with representatives of the Alliance. Her body was based on a classic toilet bowl with 3 rectangular protective plates. She is equipped with a jetpack, 4 claws. It is worth noting that instead of the left-hand Skibidi woman mutant, has a laser cannon. After destroying the Astro Logan in episode 75, she stole his Astro laser, at the expense of which, in the future, Skibidi Kleiner will be able to recreate new Astro enhancements for G-Squad representatives. She also appeared at the beginning of episode 77, leading the peace talks between the main faction chamber representatives. It is worth noting that all 4 mutants, before the 77th episode, could not speak, and they fully spoke only after receiving new improvements. Well, except for Skibidi Woman Mutant. Each of these 4 mutants has its own special characteristics. Skibidi Mutant Rambo has great physical strength. Buzzsaw Skibidi Mutant is quite fast and agile. SWAT Mutant is famous for its durability, and Skibidi Woman Mutant can stand out tactical and combat intelligence. We'd also like to talk about the secondary Skibidi mutants. Let's start with the experimental Skibidi mutants from episode 69. They are a little taller than regular cameramen and are not susceptible to paralyzing weapons. These Skibidi mutants have a plain white toilet and are not much of a threat, but they can kill an unarmed cameraman. Private mutant Skibidi soldiers shown in 76th and 77th episodes, which were also based on the structure of a regular cameraman. Elite mutant soldiers from episode 72. Each of them has 2 saws instead of both arms, and some of the elite soldiers have rocket packs. As a result, for the whole series, we were shown 8 Skibidi mutants: experimental mutant, private mutant Skibidi soldiers, elite mutant soldiers, parasitic Skibidi mutant Rambo, Buzzsaw Skibidi mutant, SWAT mutant, and Skibidi woman mutant. While the first 4 mutants are nothing special, the parasitic Skibidi mutant is special in that it was previously a remade parasite that was created by a Skibidi scientist for the purpose of infecting Titan Speaker Man. Skibidi mutant Rambo has tremendous physical strength. Buzzsaw Skibidi Mutant is famous for his agility and speed, and most importantly, his handsaw with forearm laser. SWAT Mutant boasts of his toughness and defense, and Skibidi Woman Mutant's battle tactics and negotiation skills. Well, I think it's time to end it here. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. If you want to see more content like this, please like it. I also want to remind you about my own official game based on Skibidi Toilet Run, which recently released a new update. Stay tuned.